I have owned this BYD Han EV for 2.5 years. I'm going to share my experience of using this BYD Han EV. Let's get started. Okay, now I'm going to share my experience about like the last 2.5 years experience. So first, let me talk about cost. I bought this car with a price around 35,000 US dollars in China, and this one is a 605 kilometers the spec. And another thing I want to mention is today I just finished my first maintenance of this car. So that means in the last 2.5 years I haven't done any maintenance until today. So the maintenance cost in the last 2.5 years is zero. And today the one I had, I mean the maintenance service is about 180 RMB. So that is about 25 US dollars, something like that. And also I replaced the rear LED light, which took me about 1,500 Chinese RMB. So that is around like 220 US dollars. So that is the total cost I have spent on this car in terms of maintenance, in terms of spare parts. Of course, you know, the whole experience of the last 2 years, you know, there is no single problem of this car. But of course, the maintenance shop suggests me that to replace the 2 tires, because this car has the total miles is about 50,000 kilometers in the last 2.5 years. So this is the cost. So if I use a gasoline car or a petrol car, so that'll be another big cost of gasoline and maintenance and lubricants or other spare parts. So in general, it saves a lot of money and time. But of course, frankly speaking, I don't really suggest you that you don't really go to the maintenance shop. But for buyers who are in those countries which does not have the official BYD store, I think the maintenance service might not be that useful, because all the condition of the cars you can actually check it in the app, or just in this display here. So this is the cost of it. And also, what I like in this car a lot is it has a very big space. If let's say if you're a family man, you have a children, 1 or 2, or I mean total, the family members like 3 to 4 people. This is going to be a very good car. It's very comfortable, and of course, the drawback of this one is this car is too big. If you're using it in the urban area, in the city, if the city space is very crowded, and parking might be an issue, because especially for people who are not really good at driving. For me, example, I'm not really good at driving, so I always find that parking this car a bit hassle compared to another small car I have. And also another thing I like about it is the ACC feature. So this is what I'm using right now. Now I'm driving on the highway. So the ACC is kind of like driving assistant or self-driving. For example, now just hands-free. So this BYD Han will just follow the track or the lane, and also I set a speed limit which is 120, because this is the highway speed limit in China. So I don't need to do anything, the brake or the accelerator. I just let it go. The hands free, right? But when your hands off for a few seconds, for example, let's wait. It will notify you or warn you that you need to take control of the here. Right, and also another thing is, if you are looking for kind of like a performance car, or you are kind of like very intensive drive, you want to have kind of like a very intensive driving appearance, I think BYD may not be the one, because I also drove another X-Pen P7, which is much easier to maneuver, and you feel like, okay, you are just driving with the car. But for the BYD, you got to spend a bit of effort to drive it, because this car is very heavy. Right? Yeah. Its feature is very good. First of all, if you are on a highway, you're gonna drive on a very long distance. If this take over, well, at least it will follow the car behind, in front of you, safely. And once you off the lane, it also notify you. I mean, this of course, this feature a lot of cars also have it, but when I drive the Lexus or the Volvo 690, I don't think the whole experience can match the BYD Han. And of course, for people outside China, they may not able to use the app like this one, but you can actually use the a kind of accessory which is it's called, I don't know, it's called like the CarPlay dongle. So you basically can plug into the USB port here, and then you can project your iPhone or Android phone, especially the CarPlay, and then you can also use the navigation features. And for other parts of the cars, I think another thing I want to mention, I forgot to mention is, so after 2.5 years, this battery can still, around, let's say after a full charge, you can have around 80% of the real miles, right? Let's say mine is 605 kilometers, so I can more or less drive about 480 to 500 kilometers. And what else to say? And well, in general, this is a very good car. For example, with this ACC feature, I just lie down like this on the highway. It's pretty comfortable. And also, like any other EV, it's so quiet here, right? Because you can hear my sound clearly without too much or too high noises. All right, so this is my honest experience of driving this BYD Han EV for 2.5 years, and feel free to make a comment to see or to share your experience, or you can ask me other experience about using this car. And yeah, thank you very much.